All praises and all glory to the Most High. This is Yad, and making another video. This time I'm talking about Holly Holm and Cyborg. Yeah, Holly Holm and Cyborg. Holly Holm, she beat Ronda Rousey. Prior to that time, she was undefeated to the in the UFC. After she fought Rousey, she was still undefeated. They always presented her as a very wholesome, very wholesome, very how do I put it now? Very lovable personality kind of person. Someone who you really because she's always very calm, always very always very calm kind of person whenever she talks and stuff. The first few fights in the UFC, she didn't have any finishes, even though prior to that in the previous organizations she had quite a few finishes and a lot of head kick knockouts and whatnot, but if you look at the fight against Shevchenko, she was, I wouldn't say outclassed, but she does seem to be a bit slower than Shevchenko. Shevchenko seemed to be the more effective striker. Shevchenko seemed to be the more comfortable striker in that exchange, in that fight. So basically, my point of bringing this up is Holly turning down the fight with Cyborg. And this is something that I find with with white fighters, Holly said that she would take the fight with Cyborg at 138 pounds catch weight, knowing full well that Cyborg fights at 155. So let's look at this now. Why does she feel the need to say this? Okay, let's look at it critically. Obviously, if she fights Cyborg at the catch weight of 138, this is well below Cyborg's fighting weight, by the way. And she's the champion at 145. First off, why does she feel so entitled that she could tell the champion of another weight class to fight at 138? It can be done, I suppose, because same thing for Tyron Woodley and Michael Bisping. Tyron wants to fight Michael at a catch weight of 180. Then down the line he changed his mind and said he wouldn't mind fighting Bisping at 185. So I can't really use that as a comparison. But let's say, okay, he didn't say that. So yeah, people tend to do that, I suppose. But 185, I don't think it's the same as 100 and 145. I think if a woman is already cutting a lot of weight to make 145, it's going to be a lot harder to make 138 as against a guy cutting down from 185 to 180. Yeah, it might be hard, but it's not going to be as hard as, well, it's relative. So I'm not going to try and sound ignorant about something like this, because you can't mess with people's bodies, So, okay, let us give it a bit of a doubt and say, okay, it's going to be as hard a cut as for Bisping as it would be for Cyborg. With Cyborg's own case, it wasn't even 140, it was 138. So basically, what that basically trying to say with that is we know that making 140 is going to be ish for you. But we don't even want you to make it 140. Once you make it 130, it's going to be super, super drained for that fight. Understand? So one thing I've noticed with white fighters is that they seem to have people that I have to say are really, really good at understanding matchups. They really have a real talent for understanding who is a good matchup and who is not a good matchup. Because if you look at it now, and this fight, I don't know when they talked about this fight, but this if you look at Cyborg's issues with making 140, if she made 138, I'm not sure if there'd be any Cyborg left for Holly to fight. To be honest, that's literally how much in favor that matchup would be for Holly, and she knew this, asking for that fight, which is not really a nice thing to do, if that makes any sense. As in, you look at Holly's background and look at how they've always promoted her and her videos and everything. You're like, oh, she's really cool, and and all of a sudden you hear that she wanted to fight Cyborg at the catchweight. Okay, so what's the catchweight? Is it 143, 142? Nope, 138. Not 140, but 138. Which is kind of weird, because if you look at Holly, you can tell that she's a big girl. If you look at when she had this the conference videos for the Rousey match, wearing those black trousers, you see how huge her thighs were. You can tell that this is a big girl. She probably was weighing like 150 plus in that conference. She's a big girl. She's not a small girl, you know. So that's another thing again I'm going to discuss as well down the line, you know. But yeah, she looked huge, and then she wants Cyborg to fight at 138, which is not her natural by any means, anywhere near her natural weight. So she wants her to basically drain the hell out of herself to make that weight so she can fight and then possibly win against Cyborg. Not cool. So not altogether, it's a do or die, or it's a take or don't take kind of offer. Obviously Cyborg didn't take the offer. Fair enough. They made an offer at the very least and she didn't take the offer. Fine. All of a sudden, Dana White announces we're going to have a 155 title fight, and it's not going to involve Cyborg. It's going to involve who? Holly Holm and Derandame. And you just have to ask yourself, like, what is going on? Why is she fighting Derandame at 145 when she wanted to fight Cyborg at 138? Does that make any sense? Is she really the sweet person that we know her to be? Is she the sweet person that she's showing in that persona that she gives out to everybody? Is she really? Because you are basically now contradicting yourself, because you just said you can't fight Cyborg at not 140, 138. Now you're willing to fight the Randami at 145. The Randami, who, for last time I checked, didn't win her last. I'm not sure if she won her last fight. I think that was referring to Holly. Holly lost her last two fights. One by submission, one by decision. I think the Randami won her last fight. I can't remember. The Randami, by the way, is actually a very good kickboxer from Holland. She's somebody who I've seen when she first came to UFC. She was really, really good. She lost, I think, 1 or 2 fights or so, but she's done relatively well. I personally don't really have any issue with her fighting for the 145 title too much, but you can make the argument that maybe some other people are more deserving of it. I can understand that argument, but like, it's a new division, trying to open it up and stuff. Even though the main person who was meant to open it up, is Cyborg, who I love very much. But it's just unfortunate that they decided to do her that way. That she's not going to be the one to open the division after all said and done, after all the stuff she's gone through. Now they're trying to put her on a steroid thing, saying that, oh, she's on steroids. If you watch her videos, she has videos on YouTube, she has videos on the internet you can watch, showing her weight cut. She didn't have to share this video. There's videos out there showing that weight cut. You can go and watch those videos to see that weight cut. Another thing I have to mention in this video, even though it's not really related, is how insensitive some people are to people's plight. What I find a lot of time with people when they talk about Cyborg is how she's a man and how she should be able to make 100 and whatever weight because she's eating too much or she's too big because of steroids, or just saying a lot of really really horrible things about her. It makes you make you wonder where are these things coming from? What exactly is making them say what they are saying? Is it based on the fact that she's a bad person, or because she's a certain demographic of person, she's a black woman, that they're saying all this that they're saying? Who knows? And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't know what that is, but that's probably a topic for another day. But my point basically is that it's very, very, very hypocritical for Holly to tell Cyborg to make 138, then turn around and then fight for the 145-pound belt. It means that, one, she doesn't have any principles. Two, she's not a trustworthy person. And also, she couldn't even explain why she did it. She tried to get her coach to do it, and the guy was just busy fumbling around saying what he was saying. Not really making much sense. And he knows it's not making much sense because they know that there's no way to explain what they just did. So, okay, let's say you win the 145 belt. You're still going to have to fight Cyborg. So, it doesn't really make much sense what you're doing in the final analysis. The same person that you're trying to fight at the catch weight, you're going to have to fight at her full weight at some point, whether you like it or not. So what exactly is the essence? What exactly is the point? You're suddenly ready now to fight Cyborg at 145 eventually, right? It doesn't make any sense. That's why I don't understand this constant need to have an advantage in the fight that white people tend to do. I'm sorry, that's just what I've seen. It's what I've seen, and I can mention examples of it. If you look at a guy like Golovkin, Triple G, for what I've seen, he's a very good, he's a decent fighter, and his punching power, again, I can't really comment too much on that. I don't know what the deal is with that, but as for what I've seen, he knocks people down, he TKOs people in the ring, and when he hits people, it seems to hurt them very much, for what I've seen. Another thing I saw was when he was willing to fight Carl Froch. I think it was 168, but he wanted to fight Ward at a lower weight. I can't remember the exact weight. But he wanted to fight Froch at the required weight. Wanted to fight Ward at a lower weight, a catch weight. Which is very, very, again, and that's a topic for another day. But that's just an example of what I'm talking about. It's another white fighter doing that. Even though some people say that, okay, he's mixed, he's Chinese, and I don't really ascribe to the whole mixed thing, because they're basically who your father is. If your father is Chinese, you're Chinese. If your father is Serbian, you're Serbian. If your father is Kazakhstani, you're Kazakhstani. If that's the correct way to pronounce it, excuse my ignorance. But basically, my point basically is that was a very underhanded thing for Holly to do, and that again lets one know who she really is as a person and who she really is. As a lot of white fighters tend to do stuff like that, which is really, really not cool. It's the kind of stuff they tend to do and they tend to get away with, which is kind of annoying. To God be the praise, to God be the glory.